For over a century, Harley Davidson meant raw power and rebellion on two wheels. But as 2026 nears, they're flipping the script. Harley just unveiled 5 new bikes that challenge everything riders thought they knew, including one shocker, a brand new model priced under $6,000. After years of pushing out younger buyers, Milwaukee is finally opening the door again. Today we're diving into the 2 confirmed 2026 releases, the Sprint and the Eagle, plus the rumored updates that could redefine Harley's future. The Sprint, a $6,000 revolution. The 2026 Harley-Davidson Sprint starts under $6,000. CEO Jochen Zeitz announced this at dealer presentations in October 2024, confirming Harley's first truly affordable new motorcycle in over a decade. The 2026 Sprint isn't just another motorcycle. It's Harley's declaration that the brand belongs to everyone, not just those with deep pockets and gray beards. CEO Jochen Zeitz dropped the bombshell. A modern Harley priced under $6,000. But that is not all. This model is targeted to a specific kind of audience, the newbies and beginner bikers. For the cost of a used Sportster, you'll get a brand new machine rolling off the line in 2026, presented to dealers this past October with a promise that changes everything. Now, this isn't charity, it's strategy. But what is the catch here? What makes the Sprint different from past failed attempts? Unlike the Street 750 and 500 models that never achieved profitability, Zeitz insists this small displacement machine has been engineered from the ground up to turn a profit. The company learned hard lessons from those previous ventures. The Street Series, despite launching at a whopping $6,700 in 2014, never found its audience and was discontinued in 2022. But this time, Harley promises something different. They've been working on this since 2021, learning from past failures, refusing to repeat them. The Sprint name comes from Harley's 1960s lightweight bikes built with Italian partner Milwaukee models that conquered both city streets and dirt tracks. They called it boldness, irreverence, and fun. 3 words that haven't described a Harley in decades. This isn't about chasing Sportster customers. It's about stealing riders from competitors who've dominated the entry-level market while Harley watched from the sidelines. The engine will breathe through electronic fuel injection, stop with ABS-equipped disc brakes, and communicate through a digital dash that speaks the language of younger riders. But how does Harley build a profitable sub-$6,000 motorcycle when American manufacturing costs would make that impossible? The answer likely lies overseas. Whispers suggest a partnership with a leading Asian manufacturer, possibly Thailand. The same strategy that worked for the Pan America. It's a pragmatic move that purists will hate and accountants will love. The Sprint arrives with a companion, a second entry-level cruiser that Harley's keeping close to the chest. Together, these machines represent Milwaukee's bet on a future where the bar and shield belongs on Main Street again, not just parked outside country clubs. The question isn't whether the Sprint will succeed. The question is whether Harley remembered how to build motorcycles people actually want to ride. The Eagle Classic Cruiser for a new generation. The Sprint isn't launching alone. Harley confirmed a second affordable bike for 2026. A traditional cruiser dealers are calling the Eagle. The Eagle remains shrouded in mystery, with even less information available than the Sprint. But its mission seems clear. Answer the dealer's calls for a traditional-looking, affordable model that recalls the beloved X-Lite 8.3 Sportster. For years, Harley dealerships watched potential customers walk away when confronted with prices that started above $10,000. The Nightster, currently the most affordable model in the United States lineup, debuted at over $13,000, a steep price for someone buying their first cruiser. Even steeper for younger riders with student loans and rent to pay. But thankfully, the Eagle could fill that void. Imagine classic Harley styling. A low-slung stance, that unmistakable V-twin thump, chrome catching sunlight, and a silhouette that screams American iron. Now imagine it is accessible to someone who makes less than $50,000 a year. That's the promise, one that everyone looks forward to coming true. What engine will power this iconic cruiser? Could it borrow from Harley's partnerships with Hero MotoCorp in India, where the X440 has found success? Or will it feature entirely new engineering? These questions hang in the air unanswered. The confirmed detail is this: Harley Davidson has been developing this entry-level cruiser alongside the Sprint since 2021, and both are scheduled for a 2026 release. While engine specs remain unannounced, the confirmed facts are clear. Development started in 2021 alongside the Sprint, both were presented to dealers in October 2024, and both launched in 2026. Harley is betting big on affordability. The Lowrider ST121, when sport meets soul. The Lowrider ST launched in 2025 with 103 horsepower from a Milwaukee 8117 engine. But here's the interesting part: despite the ST name, it's not a 121. Could 2026 finally deliver the engine the name suggests? What happens when heritage meets horsepower? When tradition shakes hands with technology? The answer lies in 4 motorcycles that promise to redefine what riders expect from the bar and shield. This is the Lowrider ST, and it has already turned heads since its 2025 debut with the Milwaukee 8117 high-output engine. But whispers suggest 2026 might bring something even more intoxicating. The Lowrider ST already broke the mold by stuffing a 103 horsepower Milwaukee 8117 engine into a frame-mounted fairing inspired by the legendary FXRT Sport Glide. Although Harley hasn't confirmed a 121-powered version, this remains speculation based on the naming inconsistency and rider demand for more power. But for 2026, rumors suggest Harley might actually introduce a true 121 cubic inch version of this sport touring phenomenon, finally delivering on what many believed was a naming error. But while we anticipate for the next year, the styling cannot be missed. A frame-mounted FXRT-inspired fairing that isn't just for looks but designed through computational fluid dynamics to slice wind and reduce rider fatigue. But that is only the easy part. Beneath the outer casing and appearance is an aggressive hardware including a tall rear shock that helps you lean deeper on sweepers as you ride. With a stunning current formula, the Lowrider ST blends retro aesthetics with computational fluid dynamics that actually work. Through rider safety enhancements, cornering ABS, 3 selectable ride modes through a crisp 4-inch analog and digital display, gear indicator, and lots more, the Lowrider ST maintains speed on the highway with less buffeting than expected for a cruiser. The removable saddlebags could see capacity increases through clever redesigns, potentially offering 3 cubic feet of combined storage while maintaining the bike's aggressive lines. There's talk of an upgraded Rockford-Fosgate audio system pushing beyond 125 watts per channel, possibly incorporating noise cancellation technology that creates an acoustic bubble around the rider. But its true beauty lies in its transformation on the road. So when the torque pushes strongly from low RPM to high, your torso remains comfortable but pressed forward by the help of the fairing, and the chassis allows you to speed on curved roads with the confidence of a race star. The frame-mounted fairing reduces wind fatigue on long hauls, while LED lighting ensures you're seen when dawn breaks or dusk falls. If 2026 follows the trajectory Harley's been charting, expect refinements to the electronics suite, possibly enhanced suspension tuning, and perhaps, just perhaps, that 121 badge on the cases. At the end of the day, the Lowrider ST is not just a cruiser with bags, it is a cruiser that is ready to attack the road. But if these rumors hold true, the 2020 Lowrider ST121 won't just be a motorcycle, it'll be Harley's declaration that American V-twins can dominate any segment they target. CVO Road Glide ST, born from racing, built for the street. The CVO Road Glide ST was born from Moto America's King of the Baggers racing series, where Harley proved big baggers could carve corners like sport bikes. For 2025, they built a street version with race DNA. This isn't just a touring bike with sporty pretensions. This is a track weapon with saddlebags. The CVO Road Glide ST burst onto the scene as Harley's love letter to Moto America King of the Baggers Racing, and 2026 promises to blur the line between street and track even further. The Milwaukee 8-121 high-output engine defines this machine's character. Unlike the VVT version in the standard CVO models, this one delivers 127 horsepower and 145 pound-feet of torque with a raised redline of 5,900 RPM. A more aggressive camshaft profile and free-flowing intake and exhaust systems let this engine breathe deeply and pull hard all the way to redline. Lightweight titanium mufflers with forged carbon fiber end caps reduce weight while producing an exhaust note that raises neck hairs. Weight was the enemy throughout development. The shark nose fairing benefits from computational fluid dynamics testing, optimizing aerodynamics while integrating LED lighting seamlessly. Forged carbon fiber replaces steel in the front fender, tank console, exhaust end caps, and seat cowl. Every gram saved improves acceleration, braking, and handling. The fully adjustable Showa suspension allows riders to dial in settings for track days or cross-country tours. The ride mode selection tells you everything about this machine's mission. 3 standard modes, 4 customizable options, plus track and track. Plus modes developed specifically for racing applications. Each mode adjusts power delivery, engine braking, cornering ABS, and traction control settings. The Screamin' Eagle graphic flowing from fairing to fuel tank announces intent, while performance red accents throughout the powertrain reinforce the message. And in all its beauty, the rumors spread about what its future looks like. The Milwaukee 8-121 high-output V-twin already delivers face-melting performance, but speculation suggests Harley's racing team has developed enhancements that could be trickling down to production models. We're talking potential output approaching more horsepower with torque curves optimized for aggressive acceleration out of corners. The lightweight carbon fiber components, including that stunning forged carbon fiber front fender, could expand to include additional body panels, potentially including fork guards, frame covers, and even structural elements that reduce weight while increasing rigidity. Such weight reduction would transform an already agile bagger into something that defies its touring credentials in corners. The competition-inspired electronic assists might receive race-proven upgrades, including advanced wheelie control that allows aggressive launches without compromising safety, and lean-angle sensitive traction control with multiple intervention levels, allowing riders to dial in exactly how much electronic assistance they want. The iconic shark nose fixed fairing could see aerodynamic refinements discovered through computational fluid dynamics and wind tunnel testing, potentially incorporating active cooling systems that manage airflow to both rider and engine. That aggressive solo seat might evolve with pressure mapping technology ensuring optimal comfort during extended aggressive riding sessions, while the fully adjustable suspension could gain electronic control with preset configurations for different riding styles. The Brembo braking components might receive upgrades to match increased performance capabilities, possibly incorporating larger rotors and race-spec master cylinders offering unparalleled stopping power and feel. Imagine returning from a spirited ride and reviewing your performance metrics, identifying areas for improvement, and sharing highlights with fellow enthusiasts through integrated social connectivity. The Screamin' Eagle graphics with performance red accents might evolve into even more aggressive design language, possibly incorporating illuminated elements that emphasize the bike's racing DNA. Street Bob 117, the muscle that already exists. With the promise of raw torque and attitude, the Street Bob is a pack of muscle that already exists in the world of Harley Davidson. Unlike the Sprint and Eagle, the Street Bob 117 launched for 2025. Harley hasn't announced 2026 changes, but based on typical year-over-year updates, here's what might evolve. Harley Davidson introduced the Milwaukee 8-117 engine across its 2025 cruiser lineup, including the Street Bob. But this one represented a genuine evolution in the company's air-cooled power plant strategy. For 2026, expect evolutionary updates, new color options, possible suspension refinements, and minor styling tweaks. The core Milwaukee 8-117 engine will likely remain unchanged, and the wheels? Tubeless laced rims that blend retro and a modern edgy look. The outside look of purpose is completed with mini ape handlebars, a bobbed fender, and a slim tank. But the upgrade does not end on the outside. Hiding underneath the shiny skin are improved suspensions that use a 49mm valve fork that bends both ways for the front part and a monoshock preload adjustment for the rear end. So whether you're riding solo or fully loaded, your bike stays composed. Starting at $17,200, the 2025 Street Bob is the most affordable model in the Softail lineup. With a weight of 646 pounds and a 19-inch front wheel paired with a 16-inch rear, this bike is the one for a modern-day warrior. Brembo brakes, a 4-piston caliper up front, and a single-piston rear provide stopping power that matches the engine's output. So when you ride the Street Bob 117, you ride a bike that feels alive with a punchy throttle and raw sounds that come from its 2-in-1 exhaust. Can it get a more extreme version mid-cycle? Possibly. But for now, this is the Street Bob reborn for the new decade. CVO Pan America 1250, adventure without compromise. The critics doubted its growth, but here's where Harley turned doubters into believers. The Pan America wasn't supposed to work, because the critics said Harley doesn't build adventure bikes. But then, Milwaukee unleashed the Revolution Max 1250 V-twin, and suddenly the impossible became inevitable. The CVO Pan America 1250 takes that accomplishment and wraps it in premium gear designed for riders who want everything, right now. CVO Pan America represents Harley Davidson's bold leap into adventure touring, and 2026 could mark its transformation into an absolute benchmark in the segment. The Revolution. Max engine's 150 horsepower and 95 pound-feet of torque already provide exhilarating performance, but whispers from Milwaukee suggest potential refinements that could push output toward 155 to 160 horsepower while improving fuel efficiency through advanced engine management systems. The 2025 CVO Pan America arrived loaded with semi-active suspension that adjusts damping and preload automatically. Adaptive ride height that lowers the seat at stops and raises it while moving, and a 6.8-inch touchscreen that stays responsive even with gloved fingers. The adaptive Daymaker headlight uses an inertial measurement unit to measure lean angle and project additional light into corners, exactly where you need it most. The CVO Pan America launched for 2025, and for now, Harley hasn't announced 2026 updates, so this section covers likely refinements based on typical CVO evolution. Realistic 2026 updates might include refined engine mapping for better fuel efficiency, updated suspension tuning based on real-world feedback, new CVO-exclusive color schemes, and improved touchscreen software. Such an engine would require comprehensive chassis enhancements, and speculation centers on upgraded semi-active suspension with even more sophisticated adaptive ride height technology that could automatically adjust ground clearance based on terrain, speed, and lean angle. Imagine approaching a technical off-road section and having the bike automatically optimize suspension settings and ride height for maximum capability. The 120 liters of combined storage from aluminum hard cases is already class-leading, but 2026 could see the introduction of an innovative modular system allowing riders to quickly reconfigure carrying capacity based on journey requirements. Advanced rider safety systems could include predictive traction control that analyzes terrain conditions ahead and preemptively adjusts power delivery, as well as enhanced cornering ABS with off-road modes calibrated for different surface types. The heated grips might evolve into a comprehensive climate control system managing both grip and seat temperature, potentially including ventilation for hot weather riding. But in the end, it's all about the feeling, the safety, the comfort, and the satisfaction that comes with the ownership of power on wheels. CVO Street Glide, luxury redefined with Milwaukee muscle. Step into Harley's custom vehicle operations world, and you enter a realm where compromise doesn't exist. The CVO Street Glide represents the pinnacle of what Milwaukee can build when budget constraints disappear and imagination takes the throttle. For 2026, this Batwing beauty continues its reign with the Milwaukee 8 VVT 121 engine as its beating heart. keeping its promise to elevate that standard even further. The current generation's Milwaukee 8 VVT 121 engine, producing 115 horsepower and 139 pounds-feet of torque, already provides exhilarating performance. But speculation suggests Harley's engineers have been secretly developing a variable valve timing system so sophisticated it could rewrite the rules of big twin performance. Whispers about potential output increases from 120 to 150 horsepower through advanced engine management and optimized intake exhaust flow characteristics indicate major upgrades and significant updates. But numbers don't capture the experience of sitting behind that iconic batwing fairing surrounded by layers of custom paint that shimmer with depth you can't photograph. Each CVO Street Glide receives a bespoke color scheme with chrome finishes and paint-matched components designed specifically for that particular palette. For one thing, the Harley Davidson CVO line always leans towards bold statements with its aesthetics. But the 2026 model is rumored to push that a bit further. With a promise of even lighter materials, bespoke trim inlays, and more carbon fiber accents, a more edgy, comfortable, and appealing look is expected for the next year. But what sets the CVO Street Glide apart isn't just power, it's the obsessive attention to detail. Lightweight cast wheels with color-matched inserts flow seamlessly into the overall design. The 12.3-inch Skyline OS touchscreen puts navigation, music, and bike settings at your fingertips. And behind you, the Rockford Fosgate Stage 2 audio system delivers concert-quality sound from speakers integrated into the fairing and saddlebag lids. Already, the CVO Street Glide stands tall with its existing features, but for the coming models, it could receive a major software overhaul, possibly incorporating artificial intelligence that learns your riding preferences and automatically adjusts settings for optimal performance and comfort. Imagine a system that recognizes your favorite routes, pre-configuring suspension, power delivery, and even audio settings before you twist the throttle. But that is not where it ends. The premium Rockford Fosgate Stage 2 audio system might evolve into a Stage 3 configuration, potentially delivering concert hall acoustics through strategically placed speakers that create an immersive sound field even at highway speeds. The Batwing fairing's aero comfort technology, already class-leading, could see refinements that further minimize helmet buffeting through active air management systems. Some industry observers speculate about the integration of heads-up display technology, projecting critical information onto the windscreen without forcing riders to take their eyes off the road. The high-performance Showa suspension and Brembo braking components might receive track-tested enhancements, possibly incorporating semi-active damping that adjusts in real time based on road conditions and riding style. Exclusive CVO paint options for 2026 could feature new metallic formulations with depth and texture that change dramatically in different lighting conditions, elevating these motorcycles to rolling works of art. Weight reduction through carbon fiber components, possibly including select body panels and internal structures, could improve handling while maintaining the planted, confidence-inspiring feel that defines the CVO experience. Bonus? The Pan America 975 Adventure Scaled Down. Unlike the Sprint and Eagle, the Pan America 975 is not confirmed by Harley Davidson. This is speculation based on model codes that appeared on an accessory listing in 2022. Harley has not announced this bike, so take this section as industry rumors only. It joined the ranks on the road in 2021 and shattered expectations in a good way. But since its launch, adventure riders have been asking Harley a simple question: what if the Pan America were smaller? Here was Harley Davidson building an adventure bike that could actually compete with BMW's GS and KTM's Super Adventure. It worked. The Pan America quickly became the best-selling adventure motorcycle in North America, proving Milwaukee could build more than just cruisers. But at 560 pounds wet and with 150 horsepower on tap, the Pan America 1250 intimidates some riders. It's a big bike for big adventures. But what happens to riders who want something nimbler that weighs less and costs less, but still carries the Pan America DNA? Enter the rumored Pan America 975. While evidence for its existence has been accumulating since 2022, Harley Davidson accidentally revealed model codes RA975 and RA965S on an official accessory product listing for a locking fuel cap. But why do these codes matter, and what does it mean? The current Pan America 1250 carries the designation RA1250, so RA975 suggests an adventure bike powered by the 975cc Revolution Max engine already found in the Nightster and Sportster S. So why would this matter? The 975cc engine produces around 115 horsepower in other applications, making it powerful enough for serious adventure riding while shedding weight and complexity. A lighter Pan America would excel where the big 1250 struggles, which are technical terrain, tight trails, and situations where every pound matters. But an even bigger drama suggests the Pan America 975 would compete directly with the Ducati Multistrada 5.2, KTM 890 Adventure, and Triumph Tiger 900, all middleweights that have found devoted followings. With an estimated power output between 100 to 120 horsepower, the 975 would deliver enough thrust for highway touring and off-road climbing without the intimidation factor of its bigger brother. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.